Hello Leo, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morkie, and we are bringing you your reading for the next 10 days. Today we'll be pulling a card for your overall energy. We're going to take a look at your energies, the energies connected to you, and how they mingle and dance in the middle. We'll close it off with an oracle card for the Leo Collective. Keeping in mind, these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, or north node for additional context and texture. And check out the links in the description below to personal readings, connecting on social media, making donations. I appreciate all the ways that we can connect. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Creators on the Crest. I run specials, little flash special, tarot specials in my stories, so you'll want to watch there for the occasional special to come through, especially if you're tight on funds. And I'm here every other Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. Central doing live readings. So let's get going on your overall energy, Leo. This is the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. You got number 38, Remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. So some of you could really be having potent memories or remembering past lives in dream time. Some of you could be doing past life regression, but also this is about bringing forth 3 plus 8, because this is a number 38 card, is 11. So bringing forth some of the magic from the past and being able to acknowledge the tools and the wisdom gained that you can apply in this lifetime. So let's see how that's working out for you. On your side, you get the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. You've been dealing with a lot. A lot has come at you in a short amount of time. I think right now you're trying to catch a moment. You just need a moment to just be with your own energies and look out upon where you want to head next. I don't think that's been super clear for you up until this point. And there's just been so much energy so quickly that you need a moment. You need a moment just to catch your breath and to observe where you are and where you want to go. Now you have a bit of sadness tied up in here, which might kind of add into this desire to want to pause for a minute. Maybe you would like to deal with some of these emotions. Maybe you need a moment to express, to cry, to have the extra nap, to invoke some self-care for yourself. Overall, this looks like a natural kind of process that one would move through when they've gone through something that's kind of tumultuous. So I don't see you getting stuck anywhere, but I see you pausing. The person connected to you, they get the King of Wands, the Lovers, and the 7 of Pentacles. This is a person with a lot of passion. It could be another fire sign. They definitely want relationship. I don't know if they have a relationship right now, though, a romantic relationship, but that is a focus of theirs. I'm also wondering if some of you with that remembrance card coming up, if you haven't bumped into someone from a past life that you were with prior in a past life. And you bump into them, they bump into you, and there's this remembrance. If this hasn't manifested for you quite yet, because it could manifest romantically, but it could also manifest, maybe you weren't meant to be romantic this lifetime. This could be in a friend. Could just be someone you find attractive in their energies, right? It doesn't necessarily have to mean romance, but it could have in a past life, right? It could have. And or there's a pause here too. There's a pause here too for them. The 7 of Pentacles slows them down as well. This is very interesting, and I'm wondering if for some of you we don't have like some timelines kind of doing some funky stuff here. I'm getting timeline issues kind of crossing over here. It's like for them, they're waiting for something to be nurtured. So if you're a Leo who has gone through something sad and a lot has changed and you're processing and you're pausing, this could be energy that's on the horizon for you. Again, possibly a past life connection, a remembrance, memory of this person, and you to them, them to you kind of thing. In the connecting energies, the two of you get the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. A spiritual, solid connection from the past. Could have been spiritually or religious based. You could even, for some of you who are more mystical or psychic in nature, this could be you having visions of this person or of this person's energy. So if this has not manifested in the physical for you, this is very valid on the energetic level. There's no doubt about it. This is real. It's just real in the energetic, maybe not in the physical world or the physical realm quite yet. And it could be because both of you are on a bit of a pause, and that's okay. Also, for some of you, this could have Egyptian past life ties. Let's look at the Eight of Wands for you here. What have you gone through? The Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Something that you set out to do that honestly seemed like on paper, maybe even like a really good idea. Like, okay, this all makes sense. This all adds up. Let's start here and let's go from here. It turned out to be way more of a problem than it was helpful, and more of a burden for you. You could have taken on a new job. Some of you took on a new job and really had a lot thrown at you quickly, like maybe didn't even get proper training and were just thrown into the fire, like, here you go. Now you have all these responsibilities and you're trying to sort through it. That could definitely be taking up some of your time and energy in life. And so, you know, delving into a past life connection while you're trying to juggle all of those energies and, you know, stressing out about it is not always something that's easy to do, right? So for some of you, that's been the case, or maybe you're just having some financial burdens that you're hoping for some clarity to come your way rather quickly. Let's look at this Three of Wands. So you put yourself kind of in this pause. What? Yep, there's the Hermit. There's the Hermit and the Five of Pentacles. Okay. This is cool, Leo. You're really working on an energy of staying with yourself, staying with your inner wisdom, avoiding abandoning yourself. You may have had the tendency in the past, especially when you were super stressed or hurt, to kind of abandon yourself, take on all the burdens of yourself, your job, others, like things that, yes, are yours to hold, but other things that are not yours to hold. And you may have the tendency to kind of leave yourself behind or abandon you. But this time I see you putting yourself in that position of like, I don't want to get into that kind of a cycle again. So I'm going to embody the Hermit. I'm going to take time to myself. I'm going to be single, celibate, whatever I need to be for a while, so I can really get to know myself on that deeper level and grow some of my inner wisdom until it becomes so clear that I can confidently, like that Leo confidence, step forward in that energy. So very wise of you, very wise approach to recognize this in yourself and be able to stop it and say, okay, I want to get in a better energy before I move forward. And that would be bringing the best of your soul's journey and the tools that you learned forward. For the Five of Cups, you get the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I think some of the sadness for you comes from feeling like you just haven't quite got there yet. And just when you think you're moving the right direction and things are going to start lining up, they end up being more of a hassle and more of a burden than of a help to you. And I think, honestly, Leo, you're being called to ask for help here. So if this is a job situation where too much has been placed on your shoulders, you need to ask for help. You need to speak up with this Ace of Swords. You need to use your words as your sword and to really make clear what it was the agreement really was to begin with. So maybe it's talking to a boss or someone, the hiring manager. Maybe it's talking with you know, like what do I want to say, like a mentor or someone in your field. And you could do that first, but I do see you coming to the point where you address the situation, and you do so from a very passionate place, which is what fire signs do. So there's also this like, oh, you know, is this gonna work out? Do I hold on just a little bit longer? And I think maybe that's the decision you're trying to come to, and why you might want to talk to somebody about it before you address the situation. But there is something here to address. You may not be quite ready yet, because you've got those hermit energies, so you're trying to like stay with yourself through this, and you don't want to come off. There's this hesitation to not come off so strong that you kind of sabotage or throw a wrench in things, but to still come off very clear. So you may be working on your communication style and figuring out what would be best in this particular situation and matching those energies. For the King of Wands on this other person's side, they get the Two of Cups and the Tower. This person, I feel like they've really struggled with ego issues, and their ego can be their own worst enemy. It's actually fractured partnerships for them. In the past, it may have fractured their connection to you at one point, maybe not this lifetime, but maybe in a past lifetime. There is a lot of scrambling or scrambled energy on their side, but they would never want anybody to know that or want anybody to believe that about them. They have trouble being vulnerable, and they have maybe some issues with taking accountability for their part in things. Let's look at the lovers for them, the King of Cups and the Page of Wands. The love that this person carries is very real, but they're not connected to it. They would put themselves in a king energy, okay? Their ego, their mind, puts themselves in the energy of the king. Like, oh, I've mastered this. I've got it. I've figured this out, you know, and no one can tell me differently. But here they're showing me the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands for them is actually the healthier energy that is not of their ego, that is more curious and is more aligned with their heart. And so when it comes to relationships, this person, because of the experiences they've had, they may think they have it figured out, but they don't. They're still learning. And if they will just switch their perspective to allow themselves to be learning in relationships and learning in partnerships and learning in connections, and get curious that they don't have to be right all the time, that they don't have to be the one in charge all the time, that they can have an equal give and take, things would be a lot easier for them. That's really the mastery that they're being called to when it comes to partnerships and relationships. For the Seven of Pentacles, they get the Two of Pentacles and the Star. The choice for them to go slower or pause, and maybe both of you are kind of in the place where you've decided, hey, we're taking a breather, we're taking a break, or both of you have decided, hey, we're going to be single. We're going to do our own selves for a while. We're going to take care of our own selves. That is something that they're making the choice to do as well. They're hoping for the clarity with this Star coming in. They're hoping for that greater awareness, like an expansion of their awareness. And, you know, when we're really desiring that, eventually that desire will break through the ego. I just think with these pentacles here, it's going to take them a little bit of time. They have some growing to do, and it might be kind of a bit of a slower journey. But again, we may have some timeline things coming in. You know how things can speed up and slow down, and one day it's like you just woke up, and then the next minute it's time to go to bed, and then another day, and certain situations can drag on and on. It's kind of like that with these timelines, possibly between the two of you. So these energies, if they are running on purely the energetic for you right now, I think that's okay. I think it's good to have each of you working on your things while still having this connection. And let's check this out. The King of Pentacles between the two of you, you bring in the energy of the Six of Cups, they bring in the Ten of Pentacles. So in the space and in the time where things are ripe, the fruit is ripe and ready for picking, it's looking really good. It's looking like a very nice, happy, contented exchange of love, feeling complete in the energies that are being exchanged. And so, this is something where I would say, have patience in the physical for this. Let some of these timeline energies sort out. Let some of the beautiful natural parts of this connection rise to the surface as both of you work through these issues. And it is kind of conditional in the sense of both people have to be working on their side of the fence. Let's look at this Hierophant. You bring in the Judgment card, they bring in the Eight of Cups. The two of you may have been in past life situations together where you were torn apart due to religious obligation or expectation. And you are presenting me an energy of where you are atoning for something. So maybe you feel like in the past you did something wrong to affect this person. They get the Eight of Cups, which is a turning away from love or a feeling like love is lost kind of energy. It may or may not have been a direct result of either of your actions, because everything that happens is something there it's either the results we want or the lessons we need. So there may have been some lessons here. Very spiritual lessons, very connected in with spirituality and or religion. And that could have been what pushed the two of you apart at some point. So for some of you, this lifetime, this may just be an energetic connection that helps you and runs in the background like all the time. You could be in a relationship, a happy marriage or something else, but you always have this energy of like, there's this other. This could be for some of you, for maybe more rare population, but that sacred soul connection or that twin flame kind of energy. I say that with a caveat of I do not agree with the way that the twin flame energy is presented, but someone that has a very soul family kind of feeling to you. So let's not get too caught up in like, I got to meet my twin flame, and I'm so, this, that, and the other, and getting all paranoid and crazy about it. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're not going to get into those energies. But this is someone of great soul importance to you, and sometimes it's best that we just have that energetic connection running, and this may not be the physical lifetime for this, and that is why remembrance comes up. While it may not be the physical lifetime for this relationship to come back together, it's helping you. It's helping you and it's serving you in some way. At some point, the two of you agreed to help each other with things, and you are. So there are those beautiful give and receive kind of energies there. But, we all have our stuff to work on. So this may come together on the physical in another plane, another lifetime, an alternate dimension. I can't really say exactly. I could just say that it's perfectly okay for it to be just energetic this time around. Okay, for those of you that needed to hear that. Others of you may identify this is somebody in your physical life. That's fine too. Energy precedes the physical, but energy is constantly moving and changing. Let's get you a card from the Angel Dreams Oracle to close off your reading, Leo. This is a very subconsciously, unconsciously motivating kind of deck here. So you got the Snake, rebirth, release, and integration. Very interesting that you got the Snake, Leo. I feel that this energy is kind of sharp for you, and in this reading, what I was really picking up is if you and this other person were or are together in the physical, it may not go quite the way you expect, but if we take it into the energetics, that's where things may be able to clear out a little bit better. So this rebirth, release, and integration, you showed me the Judgment card, which is a card of rebirth. And it may be that the two of you are going to only energetically support each other this lifetime and maybe come together in a future lifetime. That's been coming up a lot this round of readings, and that's what you've got going on, Leo. So keep that in mind. Don't put any extra pressure on yourself. Things that are naturally energetic are just as important as things that are happening physically, and they can be just as beneficial. So let this play out in the background. Don't get distracted with trying to force it into the physical. Allow it to be what it is. Leo, thank you so much for joining this really cool and dynamic reading today. I can't wait to see you next time.